Anna, 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 you disappoint me. You are the Premier of Queensland, and as such, you are in control of all the politicians who get elected, and you, above all, should know how things run. But you do not. I am so disappointed in you. You holding secret meetings about selling off state-owned assets prior to election, and then trying to cover up the fact that you did it, when we now know you did. You must realize who you are and what position you hold. Start now with the Australian Constitution. The Australian Constitution, first and foremost, holds the Australian public, the people, as the sovereigns of this sovereign nation. Collectively, they are held in high regard. In fact, they are higher in authority than the Queen. She recognized this on her coronation oath. You and your cohorts seem to have got into a position of power, and you have lost control of where you are in the scheme of things. Wise man once said, "Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely." Well, I'm here to tell you that you are a servant. You were elected by the people who placed their trust in you and your colleagues to serve them and do their bidding. They supply the necessary money to buy infrastructure, run infrastructure, govern the state, and make sure everything runs according to the will of the people. And what have you done? You have turned the government into a mistrusted den of thieves. Policemen being hauled through the CMC, charged with corruption. Ministers going to jail for lying. Oh, but that's okay now, because you passed a law in Parliament saying you're allowed to lie. Oh yes, sorry about that. You have lost control, and the people need to bring you back to order. You own nothing. The people of Queensland own everything in the state, and you are employed to look after it on their behalf. You cannot sell it any more than I can go to Sydney and sell the Opera House. It is not yours to sell. You have committed, according to documents that I have seen, conspiracy to commit fraud. That is a serious charge. And you have conspired with overseas multinationals to sell off property that is not yours. It is also theft, because the property is not yours. Now you have a chance to redeem yourself. Stop the proposed sale of assets. Come to your senses and speak to Kevin. Now, I have spoken to Kevin, and the federal government has the capability of printing money for infrastructure. Yes, I did forbid it at one time, but in these harsh economic times I realize that is something that must be done for the sake of the country. So I advise you, madam, come to your senses and realize who you are, that you serve the people, and the people are your sovereign. Now I expect you to smarten up so that I do not have to do another public video and embarrass you any further. I do so dislike having to bring servants into order, but sometimes these things must happen. They call it tough love. I thank you, and look forward to seeing you straighten yourself up, or the people removing you from office. Whichever, it matters not to me, because I work with Kevin on running the country, and I shouldn't take time off to have to speak to you. Good day to you, madam.